first time watching The Usual Suspects. Let's go ahead and watch this. Based off of the music, it sounds like a murder mystery. Giancarlo Esposito, Benicio. Oh, that's gasoline. Oh, whoa. It was a powerful moment. Who just doused that flame?
I can't feel my legs. Kaiser, ready. What time is it? 12:30.
Whoa, I thought we were friends. Wow. The flame has just been refueled.
It all started back in New York 6 weeks ago. A truck loaded with stripped gun parts got jacked outside of Queens.
McManus, we have a warrant for your arrest.
Who wants to know?
New York Police Department.
Sure you brought enough guys?
This is extremely stylistic, the way that this is shot. He looks like a baby. Wow.
The atmosphere will not be painted on the walls. Let me give you an example.
This I had to see for myself.
I'm in a meeting.
Time for another one.
Everyone, this is David Kuyan.
U.S. Customs. These gentlemen are from the New York Police Department. You look good, Keaton. Better than I would have thought. Small matter of a stolen truck loaded with guns.
Will you excuse us for a moment?
Oh, y'all got some explaining to do.
No, please.
No, ça va.
Please. Enjoy the meal.
It didn't make sense that I'd be there. At that point, I wasn't scared. I knew I hadn't done anything they could do me for. I got to make like I was notorious.
When your number is called, step forward and repeat the phrase you've been given. Number 2, step forward.
Knock it off. Get back. Number 3, step forward.
The whole rap was a setup. It was all the cops' fault. You don't put guys like that into a room together.
Yeah, this is a weird lineup of criminals.
This has really got to be embarrassing for you guys, huh?
And the cops had nothing. They were hoping somebody would slip up and give them something to go on. They went after McManus first. Top-notch entry man.
What truck?
Fenster always worked with McManus, but when it came to the job, he was right on. A smart man.
He'll what?
Flip you. Flip you for real.
Yeah, I'm shaking.
Yeah, I'm shaking.
I want my lawyer.
Todd Hockney. Good with explosives.
I could put you in Queens on the night of the hijacking.
I live in Queens. Did you put that together yourself, Einstein?
You know what happens if you do another turn in the joint?
But Keaton? Keaton was the real prize for them.
Did you ever stop to ask me? I mean, I've been walking around with the same face, the same name.
Yeah, what's that, the restaurant business? I'm gonna make you famous.
It was your mistake. Now you charge me with this, and I'll beat it.
Oh.
Finster, will you relax? These guys don't have any probable cause. You know, they treat me like a criminal. You are a criminal. And what you gotta go and do that?
Yeah, what you gotta go and do that?
Trying to make a point.
I heard you were dead.
Oh, yeah? Well, you heard right.
Rumor has it Keaton's gone straight. It's a heavyweight criminal lawyer from uptown, and I hear she's Keaton's meal.
You a lawyer's wife?
Do your friend a favor. Tell him to keep quiet.
Dean Keaton. Say it ain't so. Or was it you that hit that truck?
PD are paying homeless guys $10 a head half the time. And there's no way they'd line 5 felons in the same row. No way. And what's it? They're clutching at straws.
What about a pretzel, man? What's your story?
His name is Verbal. Verbal Kent.
People say I talk too much.
Yeah, I was just gonna tell you to shut up.
Wait a minute.
In county, I was in for fraud.
You were in the lineup then, too?
90 days, suspended.
We've all been put out by this whole thing, right? Me and Fenster heard about a little job.
Why don't you just calm down?
What do you care what he has to say?
To me, like Mr. Hockney wants to hear what I got to say, and I know Fenster's down. So now I'd like to exercise my right to free assembly.
Why don't you just shut up? I don't care about your job.
What is the world coming to?
And that was how it started. The 5 of us being brought in on a trumped-up charge to be leaned on by half-wit.
It's weird.
What the cops never figured out, and what I know now, was that these men would never break, never lie down, never bend over for anybody.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. This is so creepy. How did we get here?
Agent Jack Bayer, FBI. 15 so far. They're still pulling some bodies out of the water, though. The DA has a second guy, cripple from New York, I think. Listen.
Why can't I see him?
Dave, I told you.
The DA came down here last night ready to arraign even before they moved into county, right? They take a statement and they cut him a deal.
Well, did they charge him with anything?
Yeah, weapon. Misdemeanor, too. I give the DA credit for getting that much, you understand? This whole thing has turned political. The mayor was here last night telling you the sky is protected from up on high by the Prince of Darkness.
Well, I want to see him.
No, Dave.
No, I got to see him, Jeffrey.
Even if I let you talk to him, he won't talk to you. He's paranoid about being recorded.
Just a friendly chat to kill some time.
He will not go into the interrogation.
If this was a dope deal, where's the dope?
Matter, the guy's got total immunity. He doesn't know what you want to know.
I don't think he does. I want to know why. 27 men died on that pier. $91 million worth of dope that wasn't there. I want to be sure Dean Keaton's dead.
He's dead.
2 hours, just till he makes bail.
They're all dead.
He regained consciousness less than an hour ago. He spoke. Here, you gotta put on one of these.
Burn victims are very susceptible to infection. And of course, there's no smoking.
Yeah, who has to have a cigarette right now?
Keep your mask up.
Hey!
Please don't touch him.
Really?
He's gonna die. He has burns over 60% of his body. A number of his ribs are broken.
Call hospital security. Get a man put on the door.
Hospital security?
Yes. Do it.
What's your name, man?
Joel? Yeah, Bayer, down here in LA County.
Tu don't much hide neski. Tu don't hide lot of
shut up, I'm on the phone.
kangaroo. Holger Schramm.
What is he talking about?
Kaiser Soze. Kaiser Soze.
Is it about to blow up? What's going on?
And find Dave Kuyan from Customs.
I didn't know what was going on. Okay. And like, I just love a good mystery. I'm determined to figure out what has happened.
This is Agent Kuyan from Customs. He wants to ask you a few questions before you...
About Dean Keaton, mostly. But I'd like to start at the lineup back in New York.
That guy is tense. Tension is a killer.
Verbal, you know we're trying to help you.
And I want to help you, Agent Kuyan.
Verbal, you're not telling us everything. I know you know something.
I told the DA everything I know.
I know you like Keaton. I know you think he's a good man. He was a corrupt cop.
Sure, 15 years ago, but Are you trying to get a rise out of me, Agent Kuyan?
I just want to hear your story.
It's all there. May I have a cigarette?
According to your
I
statement,
need a light.
according to your statement, you're a short con operator. Run-of-the-mill scams.
That's been suppressed. Anything in there is inadmissible. I do have the weapons charge. I'm looking at 6 whole months. Hard to...
You know a dealer named Ruby Deamer? You know Ruby's in Attica?
He didn't have my lawyer.
What do you think he would say if he found out you dropped his name to the DA?
There's nothing in there about Ruby.
Let's say you arrest 3 guys for the same killing. You put them all in jail overnight. The next morning, whoever's sleeping is your man. You let your guard down. You follow me? I'm smarter than you, and I'm gonna find out what I want to know. And I'm gonna get it from you whether you like it or not.
I'm not a rat.
Now, what happened after the lineup?
Yeah. It's too good. I need to know.
Wait, can you believe that? You weren't even charged. You know, I want to have pictures taken of your face. Take it to the DA's office first thing in the morning.
Forget it. I don't want to talk about it, Edie, okay? So what did Fortier and Renault say?
They asked for some more time.
No matter how you cover my tracks, they're still gonna find out about it.
I got you this far.
It's never gonna stop, period. By next week, every investor in the city's gonna be walking away from us.
Yeah, and he's trying to clean up his life.
I'm finished.
Don't give up on me now, Dean.
It's never gonna stop.
And that might be what leads Keaton to turn back to a life of crime. If he feels that he doesn't have a way out.
They ruined me in there tonight.
I love you.
Oh.
Do you hear me?
No.
What?
Let's just go to my place.
I don't think Keaton is going to. I mean, look at these guys.
Fenster and McManus had a cagey proposition. High risk, long money. 5 men meant Keaton. Keaton took convincing.
New York's finest taxi service.
They don't operate anymore.
McManus has a friend in the 14th precinct. They're coming out for one job. Some guy in California, his name is Redfoot.
I never heard of him. It's up to you whether I do it or not.
They don't know me. You do. They won't take me unless you go. Is this your place? Look, I'm not knocking you. You look like you got a good little scam going with this lawyer. Oh!
Don't insult him while you're trying to recruit him.
You say it's the real thing? That's cool. But they're never gonna stop with us. You know that. This way we hit the cops where it hurts and we get well in the meantime.
You're sure you're okay?
Aww.
I'll be all right.
You rearrange my guts, but I'll be all right.
How do they want to do it?
McManus wants to go in shooting. I say no. Now I got a way to do it without killing anyone, but like I say, they won't let me in without you.
3 million?
That's 5 guys, 3 million.
It was a ring of corrupt cops in the NYPD driving smugglers and drug dealers all over the city.
Wow.
First your own blue and white and a police escort.
That's
They even
crazy.
have their own. Ever since then, Internal Affairs have been waiting to catch them in the act.
Will this get me to Staten Island? Kidding me? This will get you to Cape Cod.
I came through with how to do it so no one got killed. Keaton put on the finishing touch.
Whoa. Careful. Come on.
That was too easy.
Oh. Hurry up! Come on!
Now the money.
Do it! Get him the money! Hurry up!
I thought we weren't gonna hurt anybody.
press was on the scene before the police were.
Wow.
Within a few weeks, 50 more cops went down with them.
Wow. Yeah, that's that payback from Keaton.
There's more here than I thought.
When's the feds come?
Redfoot never comes to see me. I always go to see him.
In California?
Fenster and I will
Wait.
Y'all leaving with the jewels?
We all go.
Yeah, that seems fair. We all go.
The job's over. Cool it. LA's a good place to lie low for a while.
You wanna dance?
Ladies.
To Mr. Verbal, the man with the plan.
We're gonna miss the flight. Don't do this. Send her a note, something.
I said we'd make it.
We're gonna miss the plane. She'll understand.
Will she? I mean, if he just dips and, like, doesn't say anything, like, hey, I'm leaving, I'm gone, I'll be gone for a while, you know, but I'm okay, it's for a deal.
You expect me to believe that he retired? Keaton was using her.
Loved her.
And I'm supposed to believe that hitting the taxi service wasn't his idea either. Who else would know the taxi service better? IAD indicted him on 3 counts of murder before he was kicked off the force.
Wow.
You got him all wrong.
Dean Keaton was under indictment a total of 7 times while he was on the force. And when they finally did nail him for fraud, he spent 5 years in Sing Sing.
That's a little shady.
But I can't prove the best part either.
How did we know he wasn't set up?
Dean Keaton was dead. He died in a fire 2 years ago. Murder of a witness who was going to testify against him. They said he went in to check a leaking gas main. It blew up and took all of Dean Keaton with it. The 2 witnesses, they were dead. The other fell down an open elevator shaft.
Something is so weird because when we see Dean Keaton at the beginning of the movie, how does he die? Like, essentially by the gunshot and in the flames. Is this not weird? The flames? There's like fire is a consistent theme.
I want you to ask this man about the shootout in the harbor. He says they were buying dope. We know. He doesn't know what they were buying, but not dope. People. What?
People.
What are you talking about? Guarantees. He says his life's in danger.
His life's in danger. By who?
Saw the devil. Looked him in the eye.
I'm on my way.
No.
I'm on my way.
Ask him to tell him what he told me. Who's the devil? Okay, Kia is the Kitlata.
Kaiser Soze.
Guys.
Kaiser Soze.
He was in the harbor killing many men.
Yes.
He saw Kaiser Soze.
See, I told you, there's something with the theme of this fire, like a man coming through the fire, this killer.
Now, because he never profited from his alleged death, and because we convicted someone else of the murder we tried to pin on him, we had to let him go. He was dead just long enough for the murder rap to blow over.
That is so weird.
But you say you saw Keaton die. I think he's behind that whole circus at the harbor. I want to be sure he's dead before I go back to New York.
He wasn't behind anything. It was the lawyer.
What lawyer, Verbal?
You know, back when I was in that barbershop quartet in Skokie.
What did you leave out of that testimony? I could be on the phone to Ruby Deemer in 10 minutes. That walks the street for a living will know the name of Verbal Kint. Or that precious immunity they seem so fit to grant you won't be worth the paper the contract put out on your life is printed on.
There was a lawyer.
Is he the one that killed Keaton?
No, but I'm sure Keaton is dead.
Yeah, because if Keaton faked his death before, who's to stop him from doing it a second time?
We arrived in Los Angeles and met McManus's fence, Redfoot. Seemed like a good guy. Still, we should have known better.
Don't need to open it, right?
Redfoot, Dean Keaton, Todd Hockney, and Verbal Kint.
Verbal. Man with the plan, huh? You guys interested in any more work?
We're always looking for extra
We're
work.
on vacation. I got a ton of work and I don't have any good people. Not like you guys.
What's the job?
This is a jeweler out of Texas named Saul. Does free appraisals for people. Sometimes he buys, sometimes he doesn't. He carries around a lot of cash. I keep the merchandise, you keep the green. A couple of bodyguards, nothing you couldn't handle.
Good to see you.
Good
We'll
to
call
see
you.
you too.
One job. One job. That's a good one, Keaton.
But a man can't change what he is.
It took one day with McManus nagging, and we went back to work.
Wow, one job? I'll have 7 more. Oh wow, they really come out wearing masks and stuff? I mean, you have to, but...
Come on!
Uh-oh, it might get too dangerous. No! Oh! They're gonna get caught this way. Now, the deal has turned over. I thought we said no killing. No! Verbal! Oh no, you see, Verbal, You know, he's the quiet one, so it's probably Verbal behind all of this, and he's getting away with it, and everybody's looking at Keaton, and no one's ever looking at Verbal. This is beyond bad. I thought they were coming for money. It's not even money.
We did it your way, now we're gonna do it my way.
Are you gonna kill him?
I'm gonna deal with it.
You better deal with it.
He said he was an art appraiser that had a lot of money on him. Apparently not.
What am I supposed to do with that?
I don't know, feed it to the gimp. He's just paying. I don't know what that is. I got thrown this job by some lawyer.
Yeah? Who?
He's a middleman for somebody, okay?
We want to meet him, okay?
Called me last night. He says he wants to meet you guys.
We'll meet him.
I'll call you.
Good. Do that.
I don't like it. Wait a minute. One more thing, tough guy. Any more surprises, and I'm gonna kill you.
You're a tough guy, McManus.
Oh!
Leash on that puppy. You know, it's an awful shame about Saul getting whacked. Cops are gonna be looking for the guys who did it. Sooner or later, they're gonna come around asking me.
Guys, this was a setup.
You have a sweet night, ladies.
This is a setup, and his hands are clean, because y'all did the dirty work.
Why leave this out when you talk to the DA?
Dave, someone to see you.
Been looking all over for you. Oh, you can stop looking. There was no coke. They had no time to negotiate that kind of product and no means to move it. No one doing the deal knew except for a few key people. Tell me you got the cripple in there from New York.
Yeah.
Did he mention Kaiser Soze? Just bear with me here.
Oh, we better crack this thing open.
What we need to do is find Redfoot.
What we need to do is think.
Yeah, pause.
Somebody who was capable of tracking us from New York to Los Angeles.
Mr. Hockney, Tuesday.
It's the lawyer.
Mr. Fenster, I recognize from his mug shots. I am Mr. Kobayashi. My employer requires your services, gentlemen. One job, 1 day's work.
Oh,
Very dangerous. He does not expect all of you to live. We'll have $91 million to divide between you in any way you see fit. I work for Kaiser Soze.
No. Guys, we're getting in too deep. It was just supposed to be one job, 1 day.
I come with an offer directly from Mr. Soze. In 1981, Mr. Keaton, you participated in the hijacking of a truck in Buffalo, New York. Steel which belonged to Mr. Soze. You had no way of knowing this, Mr. Keaton. Earlier this year, Mr. Fenster and Mr. McManus. The plane was carrying gold and platinum wiring, also set for Pakistan. Mr. Hockney stole a truck carrying gun parts.
And that's what's all linking them together, and why they were brought in the lineup.
Again, Mr. Soze using pawns who had no knowledge, taken in a complicated confidence scam by a cripple. It has taken us some time to find you.
Yes.
Our intention was to approach you after your apprehension in New York.
Yes.
You set up the lineup.
Yes.
Was a little too effective in expediting his release. Wow. Mr. Soze rarely works with the same people for very long, and they never know who they're working for. One cannot be betrayed if one has no people.
Why are you telling us?
Because you have stolen from Mr. Soze, Mr. Fence. That you did not know you stole from him is the only reason you are still alive.
Yeah.
Repay your debt.
How do we know you work for Soze?
All 5 of you are responsible for the murder of Saul Berg. Mr. Redfoot can testify to your involvement, and we can see to it that he will. Mr. Soze's primary interest is narcotics. Competing with Mr. Soze has taken its toll. Argentinians are negotiating the sale of $91 million in cocaine in 3 days' time. Mr. Soze would like you to stop the deal. Whatever money changes hands is yours. Mr. Soze would like you to get to the boat and destroy the cocaine on board, and then you will be free.
Guys.
Of your obligation to Mr. Soze.
You give me one good reason why I shouldn't kill you right now.
A gift from Mr. Soze.
What's in the briefcase, buddy? I mean, they just raised the stakes. The stakes are high. It makes sense. That's a good motive. Mr. Soze, he's kind of that guy. He's off screen, but already what a villain. What a antagonist he is. How much is that? How is this an incentive? Fenster. What, has he been keeping tabs on y'all? I don't like it. He been watching y'all, hasn't he? He been collecting data. There's no way out. You have to do this job.
They got my whole life in here. Everything I've ever done since I was 18.
Everybody I've ever worked with or did time with.
And they can pay you for anything. So you have to do it. The love of his life. Oof. Oh, they've been watching you.
This is bad.
This is worse than bad.
This guy could be LAPD setup.
There is no Kaiser Soze.
Who is Kaiser Soze?
Some say his father was German. Nobody ever believed he was real.
Who is
But to
he?
hear that was his power. The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. There was a gang of Hungarians that wanted their own mob. You just needed the will to do what the other guy wouldn't. They come into power and then they come after Soze. They find his wife and kids in the house and decide to wait for Soze. The Hungarians knew Soze was tough, not to be trifled with. looks over the faces of his family.
Then he showed these men of will what will really was.
Whoa!
He would rather see his family dead than live another day after this. He lets the last Hungarian go. He waits until his wife and kids are in the ground, and then he goes after the rest of the mob. He burns down the houses they live in and the stores they work in. And like that,
he's gone.
Man is a menace.
Nobody's ever seen him since. He becomes a myth.
Guys, that's the wildest story I've ever heard. Ever.
And the only thing that scares me is Kaiser Soze.
Got a guy trying to walk out of a hospital on a fried drumstick because he's afraid of Soze.
Yeah, I'll run up the flagpole.
So you got what you wanted out of me.
So that's why you never told the DA.
If I told you the Loch Ness Monster hired me to hit the harbor, what would you say?
If there really is a Kaiser Soze, he's going to come looking for you.
He knows where I am right now. I got a whole new problem when I post bail.
Why play into his hands? We can protect you.
Oh, gee. Thanks, Dave. Bang up job so far. If he comes up for anything, it'll be to get rid of me.
my guess is you'll never hear from him again.
But who is the picture gonna look like? That's the thing. Like, what if it's one of the guys? Or what if it's someone that they know?
Woke up the next morning and Fenster was gone. He left us a note wishing us good luck and took a chunk of the money we'd scraped together. That night we got the call. Kobayashi told us where we could find Fenster.
What?
We gotta bury him.
With what?
With our hands.
The surfers are gonna smell him a mile away.
He was my partner for 5 years.
Cause now it's payback!
It's not payback. It's precaution. You want payback, you want to run, I don't care.
I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing this for me.
After they killed Fenster, nobody would run?
Keaton was a grounded guy, an ex-cop. Nobody argued with Keaton. They just set their minds to whacking Kobayashi.
Did you hear me? He's coming up.
Uh-oh. Oh, he is! He is in the elevator. Man, acting like Batman.
Move.
He's so calm.
The answer is no. Mr. Soze will be most upset.
Listen, no, Kaiser Soze, you mention his name again, I'll kill you right now.
We know that you can get to us, but now you know that we can get to you. I'm giving you one last chance to call yourself.
My employer has made up his mind.
You got Fenster, but you won't be able to get all of us, not before one of us gets through to you.
Whatever you threaten me with is ludicrous in comparison to what will be done to me if I do not carry out my orders in full. Mr. Soze is very real and very determined.
We'll see.
Don't do it. No.
You will let me finish my business with Miss Finneran first, won't you? Edie Finneran. She's upstairs, in my office. I requested she be put on the case personally.
Oh my.
No matter.
He's 30 steps ahead.
Kill away.
You're lying.
Guys, it's for real.
Never leaves her side for a moment. I thought you would be glad to know she's in good hands.
This ain't Allstate.
And your Uncle Randall in Arizona, Mr. Kint, Mr. McManus's nephew, David. I'll make myself clear. He will take care of the 2 bodies downstairs. If you'll excuse me, gentlemen.
Who is Kaiser Soze?
Close quarters, 10, maybe 20 men. There's no telling how many more are going to be below deck. With all that coke, they're going to be ready. Even if one of us gets through and jacks the boat, we still get nothing. In my opinion, it can't be done. Anybody who goes in there is not coming out alive.
If I'm going in, I want a cut.
Me too. There's nothing that can't be done.
And was Verbal the only one that survived after this? Because he's the one that's being investigated now. Also, this is a side note. I don't know if this is just me, but Keaton reminds me of Doc Ock. Like, any moment he's gonna say, "Hello, Peter."
Package has arrived, John. The kids ready?
No.
I would be if I didn't have to stop and answer you.
McManus, you better be set up in 10 seconds.
I want you to stay here.
I'm supposed to cover the...
Listen, if we don't get out of this, I want you to take the money and go.
I can't.
Find Edie, tell her what happened. Tell her everything. Tell her I tried.
What if Keaton is really dead?
He's on his way.
I'm there. 1, 2, 3.
Is there a problem?
Done.
Had a farm.
Army shot some guys.
That is not what happened on Old MacDonald's farm.
Elvis has left the building.
Oh, thank you very much. Oh, wow, if they really do take this entire boat with just the 3 of them, that's insane. Not him faking it. Is this the van with the money? No, watch your back, watch your back! Oh, it is? No, who did that? He's gonna see. Oh, this is literally what we see at the beginning of the film. Like, someone had these guys go in to do all the hard work, the heavy lifting, so that whoever is truly behind this, whether that is Kaiser, can get the money and go.
I thought about Fenster and how he looked when we buried him. And then I thought about Keaton. It looked like he might pull it off.
Hey. Boy came across a body on the beach this morning, thrown clear when the boat burned, shot twice in the head.
His name was Arturo Marquez, a petty smuggler from Argentina. He escapes to California. Edie Finneran's brought in to advise on the proceedings. New York faxed me a copy of his testimony. Arturo was very opposed to returning to prison, that he named close to 50 people. Guess who he named in the finale?
Kaiser Soze. Stop me when this sounds familiar. There was no dope on that boat. You, stay quiet.
He's here. That's him. I'm telling you, that's him. I'm telling you, it's Kaiser Soze!
Verbal? Goodness! Who is Kaiser Soze? So, yeah, who is Kaiser? Kaiser, who are you?
Strangest thing.
Oh no! Guys, I don't know how, but you need to get out of here. Oh no! Kaiser Soze is right over Keaton. Whoever is right over Keaton. What?
And that's what you say in your statement. You saw a man in a suit with a slim build. Now, are you saying you saw Kaiser Soze?
You know what I'm getting at, Verbal. Yes, you do. I don't know what you're talking about. The truth. I did. You're lying to me. I am not. You've known this whole.
You had a gun? Why didn't you help him? He was your friend.
Because I was afraid. Afraid.
Afraid of what?
I knew it was Kaiser Soze. It was Kaiser Soze, Agent Kuyan. I mean, the devil himself. How do you shoot the devil in the back? What if you miss?
Oh wait, Verbal was sitting behind the ropes the whole time. Who? I can't even see who that is. Who is it? Guys, I'm gonna lose it. Who is it?
Arturo Marquez, ever hear of him? He was a stool pigeon for the Justice Department, saying that he had seen and could positively identify one Kaiser Soze. He had intimate knowledge of his businesses, including the drug trafficking and murder.
I never heard of him.
The Hungarians were going to buy the one guy that could incriminate Kaiser Soze.
Oh.
Said I never heard.
Edie Finneran was Marquez's extradition advisor.
I don't.
There were no drugs on that boat. A suicide mission to whack out the one guy that could finger Kaiser Soze. Men he knew he could march into certain death. You're saying Keaton did. Verbal, he left you behind for a reason.
What?
Why did he give you the money to run? He could have used you on the boat to save a worthless rat cripple. No, sir, why? I don't buy that reform story for a minute.
What? Is Soze Keaton?
Because he was my friend. He wasn't your friend. Keaton didn't have friends. He saved you because he wanted it that way. Keaton was Kaiser Soze.
Yes! No! No!
Found yesterday at a hotel in Pennsylvania. Shot twice in the head. He used all of you to get him on that boat. He couldn't get on alone. He had to pull the trigger himself to make sure he got his man. You said you saw him die. You said you heard the shot before the fire. But you didn't see him die. He programmed you to tell us just what he wanted you to. Immunity was your reward.
But why me? Why not Fenster or McManus or Hockney? Why me? I'm me.
Because you're a cripple, Verbal. Because you're stupid. If he's dead, if what you say is true, then it won't matter. It was his idea to hit the taxi service in New York, wasn't it?
We followed him from the beginning. I didn't know.
You're not safe on your own. Kaiser Soze's a shield, or like you said, a spook story. But I know Keaton, and someone is out there pulling strings for you. Stay here and let us protect you.
No way. I'm not bait. I post today.
Captain Leo wants you out of here ASAP, unless you turn states. If someone wants to get you, they're gonna get you out there.
But I'm not a rat, Agent Kuyan.
Who is Kaiser Soze? Kaiser, say so. You can really twist it. The story, like, who is it? Who is it? Yeah, who's the picture on the... Show us the picture!
Can I use your fax machine?
You're killing me. Or is Verbal Kaiser Soze? Because he's too good and unsuspecting.
I know what I wanted to know about Keaton. He'll have to know how close we came.
If Keaton is alive, he's not coming up.
Now Verbal's Kaiser Soze, yo. I'm telling you.
A rumor's not a rumor that doesn't die.
Man, you're a slob.
And they just let him walk out.
Like, stand back from it, you know? You want to see a real horror show? See my garage.
No. He's gonna put it together right now in this moment. He's gonna think and be like, wait a minute. Watch. It's gonna click. It's gonna click. Yup.
Where's your head, Agent Kuyan?
What we need to do is think.
Mr. Redfoot.
Guys, it's verbal.
The Kobayashi.
Kobayashi. Tell me
The facts. Show us the picture.
The cripple, did you see him?
I'm smarter than you.
It's about Kaiser Soze.
You think
Kaiser
a guy
Soze.
this close?
Because you're stupid, Verbal.
Wow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Got every last one of y'all.
My guess is you'll never hear from him again.
Wow, it was the way his feet went straight. That's simply gotta be the greatest mystery ever.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist. And like that, he's gone.
Oh my gosh. Guys, what? Guys, The Usual Suspects, that was not The Usual Suspects. Like, I kind of saw it coming. I knew Verbal had a little something in him when he killed that man for the first time, because he's like, I'm so innocent. Like, he tried to use his disability as a cover-up to, you know, not seem as bad as the other criminals. And even when he's like, you know, I commit fraud, all I did was 3 months in jail, that's it, as compared to the other guys who seemed like they could be ruthless killers. And I was even led to believe that Keaton could have been Kaiser Soze. It was Verbal. Guys, like, the way it unfolded, I would say when it comes to telling a non-linear story, is hit or miss. Because sometimes you could throw too much in a non-linear fashion and it becomes too mumbo jumbo. But this was at a beautiful pace where you followed along at a nice rhythm, going back and forth in between time. And as Verbal was telling the story, you were following along. And man, did that man dot his I's and cross his T's. Verbal pulled off like the heist of heists and got the money. It was $91 million, if I'm correct, that he escaped with. You know, I really believed that there was an exterior factor antagonizing The Usual Suspects, but actually it was an internal factor that was antagonizing these guys. And Verbal did such a good job. I don't know, having him being so front and center and like essentially the main character and or supporting character alongside Keaton, the Verbal becomes unsuspecting. No, for real. Usual Suspects has gotta be the biggest jaw dropper. It almost put me in the same shock as Silence of the Lambs did. Clarice. And I love a good mystery. And I like the fact that we didn't get so lost in the Kaiser Soze. It got weird. You know, the higher or the more that you find out sometimes in these mysteries, it gets so weird and wonky by the end that it becomes completely unbelievable. But this movie had it at the right pace. I knew the moment Verbal feet went from this to this, I was over it. I said, what? Homie was acting. Homie was an actor. His feet went from this to this to this. Like, come on now. He straightened up so fast. I said, you've been faking this whole time, Verbal. That was a really good movie. Top 10. That was a good movie. What? My list is beyond top 10. I probably got 20, 30 favorite films at this point, but yeah. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram. Go ahead and tap that bell so you don't miss any more of my videos. And if you'd like to see more content, click on one of these over here. Until next time, guys.